1986. It sounds like such a long time ago. It was last century. But the Australian road titles then, they had the pro field, the amateur field. The amateur race was won by a 19-year-old from Inverell, Scotty Sunderland. This year, he's now the race director of the Road National Championships. We're going to go for a ride. Maybe. If he's too quick, we'll just go and grab a coffee with him. What are you doing to me? How am I meant to find this place?
Come on, Keith, we're ready for a hard enough session, mate, and you're late.
Well, it's spring in Melbourne. I had to go the long way to avoid the magpies because I'm not wearing zip ties coming out of my helmet. You're looking all right for an old bloke.
Oh, thanks, mate, thanks.
Now, there's no half wheeling. I think the best way for us to do this is to go direct to the bike gallery and have a coffee.
We've got to do a few sessions on these cobbles though, mate. We've got to have something in the can.
Well, let's start climbing.
Right.
Come on. Mate, 1986. Does it feel like a long time ago?
Yeah, it is, Matt. It is quite a long time ago. I mean, you know, that was really the turning year of my whole career. So
you were 19. Was that your first year in the seniors?
Yeah, first year in the seniors. I spent the beginning of the year racing over in Texas.
In Texas?
Yeah, doing a tour of Texas.
Ahead of your time.
Yeah, mate. That was doing some races around Dallas, Corpus Christi, Austin.
Yeah.
Based out of Austin. That's where I first met Jim Ockowitz and the 711 boys, Eric Hayden and Alex Greywall and all those guys. And
Eric
Steve
Hayden, a
Bauer.
legend.
Yeah.
5 Olympic gold medals in the Winter Olympics, and then rode the Tour de France.
Yeah. I got back onto the bunch when we got dropped, and he continued on motor pacing behind the van. And
you know, he's a doctor now.
Yeah, I know.
He's unbelievable. Yeah. Hope he can't dance. He can do everything else brilliantly.
No, it was good. It was a big turning year for me. The exposure of going to the US and racing those guys. I met Jesper Skibby, Jesper War, so many other, the Danish team, the Swedish team, the Dutchies, and that's where I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do. And after spending 2-3 months over there racing, and then I come back to Australia and I go, yeah, I'm going to really try and kick some goals this year and see where we go from. And
it was state teams then, because there was the amateurs and the pros, and you were in the amateurs at that point, which were arguably probably stronger than the pro national title in some regards, because that was the Olympic team selection. So it was 86, and you won as a first year senior. Can you remember that moment of going across the line?
Yeah, I do remember it. It just sort of all, I remember it so clearly, and it all went slow motion for me, that last couple of kilometres. So everything I sort of wished it, or hoped that it would happen, did happen, and just as soon as that door opened, I was through it, and I was through it good. So yeah.
Did you win alone?
No, we come down, we were about 6 guys up for the sprint. So we had Andrew Logan.
The photos I've seen, there's only you.
Oh, okay.
You must have done the editing. You must have cropped them into the... Is that...
Well, actually, I just don't even have a copy of the photo. Seriously.
Come on.
No, seriously, I don't even have a copy of it. So if I ever see one or someone's got
I'll
one,
get you one.
No, that'd be great. But yeah, it just went really well, and I couldn't believe it, to be honest. Really couldn't believe it. So.
And then, was it a week later that you rode the Grafton to Inverell as a boy from Inverell?
Yeah. That was
sort of a nice homecoming.
It was. I mean, the morale and motivation. I felt like I was bulletproof almost going into Grafton and Inverell, but in hindsight, it was a negative for me because no one wanted to work with me. First, just come off the back of the Nationals winning, and then being hometown boy, it's like no one gave me an inch. And it was close. I ended up getting third, but it was good. I think I still prefer winning the national title.
1986, most guys were still racing with toe clips and straps. And part of the attraction of the sport for me then was that it was high tech. But if you got that equipment now, you'd be considered a hipster. You just need to grow a beard. Did you have the toe clips and straps or clipless pedals?
Yeah, look, I was just at that point transitioning just after the Grafton and Inverell. I went from toe clips onto Kiwin pedals, New Zealand pedal.
Early adopter.
Yeah. So that's when I switched shoes and pedal formation or combination. But yeah, mate, I still had the cables coming in, the tops of the hoods and all that sort of thing, and downshifters. Yeah. I didn't even have simplex downshifters at that stage, so that was
friction.
Friction, mate.
Wow.
So it was, that was the time. So I rode a Concordia at that time.
Nice. Which PDM used?
Yeah. So
a good-looking bike.
Yeah, no, it was. It's a really nice bike. Late Jack Griffin organised that for me, so. That was about the only thing I had of sponsorship in those days. But yeah, it was good.
What about the national title that got away? Was it 2000?
Yeah, I think it was 2000.
Yeah,
January 2000 down at Port Arlington. Yeah, that was the year this was the year that CA was really trying to transition our national titles and bring it into having it in January, of course, before the Tour Down Under. And then they made it open because we still do get a lot of Europeans come out of the race. So they made it open and came down to the last lap, and there was Jamie Drew and
Jeremy Hunt was racing.
And myself. And
the Brit.
Yeah. So look, I knew them both really well. I knew that Jamie was the man to watch, and I got a bit of a cramp, and I just knew I just had to let Jamie go when he attacked, but I felt confident I could ride him back because I felt very, very strong. I knew that if I could just get to the sprint with him, I'd pump him. But anyway, came to it. I let Jamie go, and I give him about 50 metres. I just held him down. I said to Jeremy Hunt, I said, just take it easy. We'll get him back. We've got plenty of time. And just behind us, we had 3 more riders. We had Alan Davis, McEwen.
Reasonable finisher.
Yeah, and Corey Sweet, Jay Sweet's brother.
Yeah, okay.
So they were chasing, so I was sort of measuring how far they're behind and how far Jamie was in front. I was comfortable with it, and then Jeremy buddy jumps me, lets me do all the work, and then jumps across to Jamie. Obviously, possibly, I won't say obviously, a deal was struck, and
so Jez went across the line first, but Jamie became the Australian champion.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It smells of a deal. We're going to have to interview Jamie Drew and get
please
Jeremy Hunt's story on that, right?
Yeah.
So that 86 title and all the things you've done, you were 7th at the World Championships, 4th at Milan-San Remo.
5th at Milan.
5th at Milan.
5th, 11th.
Go with 4th.
12th.
Don't worry.
Okay, right.
Sounds good. In a little while, you'll be on the podium. Where's the Aussie title rate?
I think that victory early in my career, I think you have milestones in your career, even though probably on the lower end of the scale of professional racing, etc. But at that point, and still does to me, it was a turning point. Because without that Australian title, that wouldn't have given me the confidence to do a very good bank race, the Commonwealth bank race, which I did, where I finished 6th. And then from there to make that step in confidence to go to Europe. And it was really like, okay, I've done that now. I've got something on my CV. I can go out to the teams, and which I did, to the Swiss team, which was Mazda Cycles. For me, it was integral. That was the asset, really, in my career that I needed to move forward.
What's it like to be the race director now?
Quite strange. It's like I've done full circle, isn't it? It's
do you feel like it ages you to go from being the guy that was winning to the guy that's now in the car calling the shots?
It does in a way, but and you do feel like you are older. But on the same token, I think the boy inside you, the ever passionate and kid that loves bikes, like us all who are in cycling in this way, I still feel like I am back in 1986. So yeah. All
right, I want to take you back into the team car. And you're the sports director with CSC, and we're going to play a game of word association.
Okay.
Your response, Fabian Cancellara.
Bling, playboy.
Brutal, strong. That Roubaix that he won.
Yeah.
You were calling the shots. Amazing.
Fabian for me, he's gladiator, and I called him that. Before Paris-Roubaix, I referred to him as gladiators, always in my last talk before they went out of the bus. I said, mate, you guys are gladiators. We're on the Roman stones. You've got to think about that. It's fighting, and you're going to need to fight. Everyone else is against you, so you need to protect yourself.
You've got me motivated to go and ride the cobbled laneways of North Carlton Fitzroy.
And it was good, but the guys needed that. And Fabian was one of those gladiators.
Brilliant. Next name, Carlos Sastre. Because you destroyed Cadel Evans winning the Tour de France in 2008. It's your fault we had to wait till 2011.
Carlos, to me, is Columbus explorer. He knew what he needed to do. Tactically, he navigated exactly his strengths and everyone else's weaknesses to how he could win, and that's how he did become the Tour de France.
One more.
Victory.
Andy Schleck.
Fragile.
That's all it needs.
Fragile.
Yeah.
It wasn't a question of his legs or his God-given talent. It was purely mental.
Mate, well done on winning the national title.
Thanks, mate.
Because you won one and I didn't, I'll pay for the coffee.
Cheers.